Good morning to you all. As members of the board, I thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation of a new project which will aim to further establish Savills within Australia. The aim of this project is to open a new office in Hobart, Tasmania, and I believe it will be extremely beneficial for Savills PLC shareholders, you as members of the board, the staff members of Savills and the wider community of Hobart. This map demonstrates the locations of Savills offices within the major cities of Australia. Further to this, we have offices in suburban areas such as Lindenfield, Notting Hill and Gordon. So where to next? This project aims to expand the Savills network by opening a new office in Hobart that will offer a full range of services. It will do this through acquiring of various boutique real estate agencies including Vinci Carbone and Harrison Humphreys, along with teams from other international agencies including CBRE, JLL, Knight Frank and Harcourt, who have many local industry experts which will help us build a full team. Why is it important? This presence in Hobart will help Savills to get a greater market share within the Australian property market, with other market leaders such as CBRE, JLL and Knight Frank already established within Hobart. It is important to keep up with competitors and be able to offer our clients services regardless of the geographic location they are in. Savills aim to continue to establish their services in more places around the globe and build upon their network. The goal of this project is to establish an office in Hobart, Tasmania, which offers full property services to the area. This will be done through the acquisition of various companies, both residential and commercial, which will include a residential management portfolio from Vinci Carbone and Harrison Humphreys, residential agency team from Harcourt's Real Estate, commercial property team including valuers, commercial sales, office leasing and management team, which will come through approaching heads of teams in the already established offices of CBRE, JLL and Knight Frank within Hobart. This office will aim to increase the total revenue for Savills Australia, and it will also aim to get the Savills brand out there, which will create more exposure and in turn a bigger market share. There are several key elements that need to be taken into consideration to ensure that this project is a success. These include the planning of the project. The project must be carefully mapped out to ensure risks and external factors are taken into consideration. Secondly, the budget. This will need to include the cost of a new office, acquisition costs, and costs of additional staff members. After the budget has been established, we will allocate funds to each new division within the office, which will outline how much can be spent on acquisition and new staff. At this stage, the expected budget is around $2.4 million. However, numbers still will need to be finalised depending on the allocations for each division. If approved, this project will begin mid-2019, which is when the first phase of the project will begin. It is a 3-year project that will be complete so that the office is up and running by mid-2023 with the aim to make profit by the financial year of 2024. The key stakeholders of this project involve all shareholders of Savills PLC, the board and the heads of each state. The project team will be made up of the board and state heads, which will oversee the running of the project. The project will be broken into a series of phases that begin with the initial planning stages and will then move on to items such as finding an office location, which include the specifics behind that, i.e. signing a lease, fit out, organising all of that. And then once that has been established, the acquisitions will begin, followed by the buying out of teams from competitors, as mentioned earlier. All projects come with a certain level of risk. So with this project, we have incorporated a specialised risk management team who would assess risks at each stage of the project and minimise them. This would allow us to move through each of the phases smoothly with as little as many interruptions as possible. This project will provide a multitude of positive outcomes for many parties, including staff members of Savills, as it will alleviate the travel from other states to Tasmania, in turn saving time and funds. It will also benefit the local area as it will provide many additional jobs whilst benefiting our clients as we broaden our scope of services and move into another part of the country. It is also an additional source of revenue for Savills Australia, and we hope that if this project is approved, we can prove to you how beneficial it can be for all members involved.